welcome to a brand new episode of News As It Should Be with myself, Suki, Simran, Tony, and a brand new guest presenter with me, Kirat.
Hello.
How are we, Kirat?
A bit nervous actually. Been landed in this last minute, so I was hoping to be a guest, but a guest presenter, that's a bit extra pressure now, isn't it?
Are you being nervous? That's the first.
Yeah, well, let's not tell the viewers of how I'm behind the scenes.
Definitely. So Kirat's standing in for Team Yellow. So myself and Kirat's team will be going head to head. So if you have seen the show before, you'll know what the format is. For those that haven't, it will consist of 3 rounds. So in the first round, we'll be talking about this week's sort of headlines. Second round, we'll be playing a game of heads up. Hopefully these guys will lose this time, Simran.
No.
Fingers crossed. And then the final round is a little bit different. So previously we've had You Laugh, You Lose, where we watch funny videos. But this time we're going to be telling our favourite jokes to see if the other person loses. So if you
hear the groans already at home. They said Suki's going to tell jokes. Oh, no.
But yeah, so we've picked up some of our favourite jokes. Hopefully we'll make the other team laugh and you guys at home as well. So like we always say each week, it's just a light-hearted entertainment show. Whatever we say, please don't take it seriously or take any offence by it, so we don't do that. What's so funny?
His face!
Okay, so while the girls get their composure, Kirat, I'll tell you what's caught my attention this week. So the government's announced that they're planning to get rid of diesel and petrol cars by 2040 to bring in electric cars. What do you guys think of this?
I know it's going to not be easy, isn't it? The reason they've brought it in is obviously to combat some of the air pollution. London is one of the worst cities in the world, and especially the inner parts of London where they try to bring congestion charge was to try and reduce this some years back. And this is the next level in making sure that the air that we breathe in is a lot more cleaner. 2040 is a very ambitious target because it seems far away, but if you look at it, it's only 20 years, 22 years. It's not that far away, and to remove all diesel and petrol cars,
it's a big step.
It's a big step, and especially if you're going to replace it with electric cars. I'm not too sure how far you guys drive, but a lot of people, myself included, do a lot of commutes. And an electric car, the best electric car in the market now is the Tesla car, which does about 220 miles on one charge. 220 miles is not a lot if you consider that wouldn't get you back from Birmingham to London and back. Considering if you go to central London, that's 150, 160 miles. That's not
a lot.
So
they definitely need to do a bit more testing, and they need to just make sure the battery is better than an iPhone, because, like I said, it doesn't last very long. So, you know, it's something that I think they are looking into, and hopefully by then they'll have a better understanding of how it's going to go.
I'm also very keen to see how many uncles are going to trade in their old Mercedes and get some electric car. Can you imagine the Gurdwara car parks full of electric cars and chargers putting in? So it's interesting. We'll see how they do it, but for me it's quite ambitious. Not sure how everyone else feels about that.
Okay, so
I think in 20 years they may have developed it a bit further though, because they've got 20 years
that's
to develop the technology.
So
it's possible.
Definitely. So what else has caught your attention?
This week BBC have published their salaries for how much some of the presenters and some of the stars.
I don't agree with it at all, because now that I found out that male presenters get paid a hell of a lot more than female presenters when they're doing pretty much the same job.
I don't think anyone can defend that. I don't think BBC have found themselves in a very awkward position because male presenters are being paid on average 3 times more.
I thought you were going to say male presenters are better then. I was like,
no.
Be careful.
I understand the balance of the show today. But male presenters are getting paid 3 times more than female newsreaders. For example, a male presenter who presents the 10 o'clock news on BBC is getting paid £750,000 plus, because that is the bracket that he's in, and his equivalent, Fiona Bruce, is on the 249,000 bracket. So that is a huge disparity. They're doing essentially the same job. There's no way anyone can defend, you know, the gap in the pay rise. I know the BBC have said, well, they have different roles and they have different jobs in the BBC.
Which you can understand.
It's a huge gap.
The majority of them are all presenters, so okay, they probably present different types of shows and have different sort of input into it, but primarily it's the same role. And you know, still, like in this day and age, there's that much of a gender gap. Why?
I'd be very keen to know what the male presenters at Sikh Channel get paid compared to the female presenters.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Let's find that out, shall we?
Definitely.
This will be my last time on this show, I guess.
But yeah, what else, Simran?
So this week I was reading a story and I found that a male got trapped in a cash machine. He was changing one of the things within the cash machine, and while he was doing it,
In the back end of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he got locked in. So his resort to get out was to write down notes, and he'd put them through the cash machine whenever
get somebody-
customers came. And customers thought it was a prank, so they'd leave it and walk off.
Oh my God. How long was he in there for?
I'm not too sure. I think it was maybe half a day or something.
He didn't think of shouting or...
And then further, when one of the customers came, he heard some screaming or whatever it was, and then he realised there was someone actually stuck in it, and they called the police.
Oh my word. Like, can you imagine being confined in that small space and to then not have to spend there almost half a day? You're saying he was in there. That's
long.
Awful.
Yeah.
But what a good idea of where he's thinking of writing notes and putting that through the money.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody would have seen it. But
I'm guessing, did anyone search him when he left that machine? How many notes he's put inside his pocket? Just walking away with free money.
is that what you're bothered about? Here's me thinking, hopefully he left, you know.
That's where my mind goes to, that's what I would have done, Maybe not everyone might
I probably would have done the same thing, but you know.
Sorry. Tony, moving on to you. What caught your attention?
I heard a story about cancer treatment where it actually helps your grey hair go back to normal. It restores the pigmentation. So it goes from grey to black, which is quite interesting because usually with chemo, your hair falls out.
So that's the thing that a lot of people worry about as well with losing their hair and then obviously losing the colour of it. So that's very interesting. Is this sort of in early days?
Yeah, this is early days. Scientists are a bit baffled as to how this is happening. So they're going to look further into it. But this is a lot better of a side effect, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I know recently we've seen a lot of advancements in cancer treatments. Unfortunately, not a lot of them are available on the NHS because they're so expensive. Recently, just this week, they're talking about a patient who cannot be given experimental medicine on the NHS because she doesn't have enough cancer.
Yeah.
But it's enough to kill her, but not enough to get her on the experimental.
It's awful, isn't it?
So she has to go to Germany and pay £70,000 every 3 weeks to get treatment. And I just feel cancer is probably one of,
We're hearing about it a lot more these days. Do you think it's something to do with our diets or our lifestyles? Because back in the day, like during my parents' age, you never heard about things like this. So why do you think it's on the increase? Or do you think we're just getting better at
reporting it?
Yeah, or detecting it quicker.
Cancer is a mutation of your body cells or part of your body that's going wrong or so it has to have an effect. Something has to be happening, whether it's our diet, whether it's our environment, whether it's the air that we breathe in. Yeah. Maybe it's the food that we eat. I know that a lot of GM food are genetically modified. In our parents' age, it's all desi, all natural stuff. Yeah, healthy, and even the stuff that's been sprayed on pesticides, being sprayed on wheat and things are being grown. I think it all plays effect into it. But cancer is a terrible, terrible disease and I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
I was going to talk about Charlie Gard, actually, the child who he's been in the Great Ormond Street Hospital in central London, and his parents have been fighting to take Charlie to America for some experimental, some treatment that was happening in Chicago. Unfortunately, the parents withdrew their case this week, and due to circumstances, have allowed him to die.
Yeah,
it's been quite painful.
I was going to say, they face a lot of criticism, but surely if your child is that ill and that poorly, but there's a slight chance that this drug may help, surely you will do anything in your power to get that child there to try it.
The British courts the British legal system has a responsibility, and because Charlie, even though he's a very small child, very small baby, he has his own rights as a human being, and his rights are taken into consideration separate away from the parents, so which is where the legal basis of that case came from. But for the parents to be in that position where they're grasping for any kind of help to help save their child and then to be turned down, I just pray no parents have to go through that.
Definitely not. It's absolutely awful. Another headline that caught my attention this week. It's a little bit unusual. Now, a tech company is starting to microchip its employees. So this is something that's already taking place in Sweden. So you basically have this tiny microchip the size of a grain of rice in your wrist, and that basically acts as your pass. So you can check into work, out of work, if you need anything printed from the printer, check your emails, to the point that your employer can pretty much track your every move. How would that make you feel if your boss could?
Had that. I don't think I'd like that very much.
It's very, very strange. And apparently, like I said, this company in America is now adopting it as well. But I've also seen some footage online where they're saying that it can also become your train ticket. So e-tickets are going to be so last year, and it's going to be the way forward where everybody's going to pretty much be
Chipped.
possibly microchipped. How would that make you feel, knowing that someone will always be able to track your position?
Right.
Bearing in mind you've all got mobile phones, which they're saying that, you know, people can pretty much track your location because of all the GPS and stuff. Yeah, you can limit it. However, it's still people that can track your locations.
With a mobile phone, what happens when you turn it off? Can they still track you?
If you've turned it completely off,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a way at all.
No.
Well, you can still pick up when your phone is turned off. There's still ways of tracking it, very hi-fi techniques, but it depends what you have. Like you said, your GPS, you can go to different
Settings.
apps and remove that kind of location, so it doesn't track where you're going. I just feel this whole chip thing in your body, that's just one step.
Yeah.
Too far.
It's a bit of violation of where you are.
Very
And,
much.
for example, I wouldn't want my boss to know where I am right now. It's supposed to be in a meeting, but I wouldn't want them to know where I am
Where
right
you
now.
are, yeah.
And that's quite worrying, that is.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think I'd want my boss to pretty much know my whereabouts at all times. I think it's a
Yeah.
little bit creepy. I mean, some people have said because they forget their work passes and you need certain passes to use printers and computers, this way everything will be just with this microchip, which...
It reminds me of the government plans to introduce those ID cards
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
had your retina scans and your fingerprints and everything on that one
crazy.
card. But I don't think they realise that if you lose that card, you're pretty
Yeah,
much...
it's done for.
Yeah, everything's gone.
Everything's
Yeah.
gone,
If somebody finds that card and gets hold of your retina scan and your
Yeah.
fingerprints, you cannot go to the supermarket and get
Yeah.
yourself a new retina scan. So I
Definitely.
think, to be fair, there's more worries
Yeah.
than there's cause of concern for this kind of plan.
I think we're so reliant on technology as well, because like we said, you know, this microchipping, electric cars, we're just, you know, everything's just all technology these days. So we
Technology's
don't know what's
eventually
going to
going to take over the world, to be fair.
That's what they're saying as well,
Yeah.
aren't they? Robots are going to start teaching
Yeah.
kids rather than teachers, so we'll see.
Yeah, no one can replace human touch.
Apart from the Terminator. Anyway, well, so those were some of the stories that caught our attention this week. We're going to be moving on to round 2, which is the game of Heads Up. Hopefully this week we are going to win, Simran, aren't we? Just Naya?
Definitely.
Hopefully, yes. So Team Yellow and Team Orange are going to be playing a game of Heads Up. So let's move on to round 2. Welcome back to round 2, guys, where we're going to be playing a game of Heads Up. So first up, it's Team Orange, and I'm going to be picking Act Out.
Okay.
So let's see how many I can get. Good luck to us. Good start.
Okay. This, but a bigger version of it.
Computer.
It goes on.
Tablet.
We watch it at home all the time. We watch TV shows on it. It's
TV.
This is what? This is.
Flat screen TV.
Yeah. I'm flying.
Flying.
A flying thing is what's a flying thing called?
Fly.
It's an animal. What?
Birds.
Birds and the bzzz.
But bees and birds. Birds
Yeah.
and bees.
Yeah. What type of? When you go to the arcade and you put money in. Okay. Aladdin. His.
Magic carpet.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
I don't think we did that well, did we there, Simran? I think I only recall getting a few there. Simran, it's your turn now.
Yep.
Let's see if you can do a better than me.
But pressure's on.
So you're
Margarine the bread. Eating.
for what you're making. So,
Sandwich.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Clock.
Yep.
Scissors.
Yep. When you it's
Fortune cracker.
no, it's laid by chickens and then
Egg.
for what
Cracking the egg.
Yep. Pass that one. I don't know how to. So you're on water.
Spoon.
Yep. Put it together.
Water spoon.
Yep. Just on its own.
Spoon.
Yep. So when you sort of kind of run and you kind of put your hands up and then you do a flip. What's it called?
Oh. Cartwheel.
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Yep. Don't know what that is. When you got like and you flying.
Archery.
No, what's that thing called when you push it back and then
Sling.
slingshot?
Sling.
Yes. I think that was a much better attempt. Let's see if Team Yellow can beat our score
Hopefully
of
they don't.
10 points.
Come on, Tony, let's do this. So when you cut off your
Cut off your finger.
no, but what else do you do on a regular basis to
Typewriter. Type in, write in.
change? A person who works in the army. What you the big animal that Ron was scared of in Harry Potter.
A rat. A spider.
Yes. A sport which you do on ice and it's Olympic.
Ice skating.
Yes. It's a tool which you pull and you cut down trees and then.
A chainsaw.
That's it. Yeah. What was that? So when you go to a club and the guy who plays the music and what is
DJ.
Yeah, but what is he doing? So the first one.
Dancing.
Move, pass. So when you play any game, you like Monopoly. What do you do to get?
Roll the
involved?
dice.
Yes. When you next,
Oh, we'll take that off.
when you're sleeping and you have bad.
Snore. Nightmare.
That's it. Yep.
Okay. Pass. Okay, so when you comes out of chicken. When you
Crack it. Egg.
yes, yeah. When you're going underwater looking at fishes and you can breathe.
Scuba diving.
Yes. When you're playing a
Piano.
Yes. Pass. With your teeth, you get the string when between
floss.
the teeth. Yeah. When you're doing grows on. Okay, just pass. Oh, Miley Cyrus. She tried to do it with her bum.
Twerk.
Yeah. When girls they put on a nice spray. What's it called?
Perfume.
Yes. Oh, when you're giving birth, you go.
You're breathing.
You go
Kamikaze.
into.
Labour.
Yeah.
The party. Oh.
With a party, you say you blow them up.
Balloons.
Yeah, another word for it. When you blow something up.
Pump air. Blow. What was it?
It was inflating a balloon.
Hi guys, welcome to round 3 now, which is slightly different to last week. So what we're going to be doing is telling each other jokes, and it's basically to see who laughs first. So Gina's already laughing, so I think that's a point already to Team Orange. But yes, so
Get out of the system.
I'm going to let you start first, Gina.
Okay.
Give me your best joke.
Start off with my own personal joke.
Okay. I'm not laughing.
No, you're not. Okay. What do you call a Sikh circus acrobat?
I don't think I've ever seen one.
Balancing.
Is that the best one you've got?
Should have not told you before the show started. There you go. Counts.
Where do animals go when their tails fall off?
Tail sanctuary.
No, it's the retail store. Oh, come on. That was one of my best ones.
What kind of shoes do ninjas wear?
Adidas.
Sneakers.
Good one. I like how you're laughing at this more than me.
Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella?
Why does Snoop Dogg carry an umbrella?
For drizzle.
Where have you found these jokes? They're so bad. So what's the difference between in-laws and outlaws?
What is the difference between in-laws and outlaws?
Outlaws are wanted.
Right, okay. What did Jay-Z call his girlfriend before they got married?
Don't know. What did Jay-Z call his girlfriend before they got married?
Fiancé.
That's actually
That's a good one, that was.
That's actually a good one. Okay. What did one plate say to the other?
Clean me?
No. Lunch is on me. Do you get it? Plate, lunch, on me.
Oh. What is Bruce Lee's favourite drink?
I don't know.
Water?
That's so bad.
She still laughed, that counts. I think that counts.
So bad. Okay, what's the slipperiest country in the world?
Chile?
No.
Oh,
Greece. Slippery. Greece.
Oh.
Do you get it?
How do you make holy water?
How do you make holy water?
Boil the hell out of it.
It's good. Did you hear about that new restaurant called Karma? There's no menu. You get what you deserve.
Oh,
That's two
right.
for him, I think.
What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef.
Which I don't eat, so I wouldn't find that funny.
No, of course not. We're pro Peter.
What to call a deer with no eyes?
No idea.
Ruined it. Yes.
I'm sure I've read that in a Christmas cracker when I was like 4 years old. Knock knock.
Who's there?
I heard
I heard who?
you were at home, so I came over.
Point to Team Orange. That was so late. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school?
That's not the joke about that is.
It's okay, he woke up.
Huh? Okay, seriously, I didn't get that one. What? Where did Noah keep his bees?
Where did Noah keep his bees?
In the archives. That counts as a laugh.
That is so late.
How many South Americans does it take to light a light bulb?
A Brazilian.
Yay! You're correct. You laughed though.
Why did the elephants get chucked out the pool?
I don't know. Why did the elephants get checked out the pool?
Because they kept dropping their trunks.
What time does Sean Connery get to the Wimbledon?
I don't know.
10ish.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
The interrupting sheep.
Interrupt. Why did the physics teacher break up with the biology teacher?
There was no chemistry.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the constipated maths teacher?
Oh.
He worked out his problem with a pencil. It was a number 2 pencil.
What do you call a computer that sings?
I don't know.
Adele. You know you want to laugh.
What do frogs drink?
I don't know.
Coca-Cola.
You don't need to stop laughing! Is Google male or female?
I don't know.
Female because it doesn't let you finish your sentences without giving you a suggestion.
What do you call a dinosaur without any eyes?
I don't know.
Did you think he saw us?
Instead of the John, I call my toilet the gym. At least whenever somebody says, what do you do first thing in the morning? I say I go to the gym.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, why is Cinderella dreadful at soccer?
No idea.
Because her coach is a pumpkin and she runs away from the ball.
Okay. Why did the fish blush?
Because the seaweed.
Because it saw the ocean's bottom.
Have you heard about the blunt pencil?
No.
No, there's no point.
Okay.
brings us to the end of this episode of News As It Should Be. Geert, your first time and you've won for Team Yellow. How does it feel?
It feels good. Thank you so much for having me. It's a good kind of experience to have. I was told that you were on a losing streak for many, many weeks, so I wasn't expecting
me and Simran
to not win anyway. So, oh well, maybe better luck next time. Next time, if you need someone to replace someone on your team, actually, maybe you need to get replaced.
Possibly.
Maybe me and Simran could win for that team.
Maybe, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll see if I'm busy next week and maybe you can, step in for me. But do you think you can make this a regular thing? Because, you seem pretty confident and comfortable as a presenter.
I'm more than happy to join in whenever the team requires me. It's been a good experience. So thank you, Tony and Simran, for having me on the show. And I hope you've enjoyed watching me make a fool of myself. My jokes were on point, though.
They weren't. They were just so lame.
They were fantastic. They were best jokes.
Okay, but you'll have to go home and let us know how your family find watching the show and see if they actually laughed.
I'm going to ask the missus if she allows me to come back on the show. So as long as she finds, gives me permission, I'll be in touch.
Definitely.
Yeah, good stuff.
Definitely, I'm sure she'll let you. But yeah, that's all we've got time for this week. But we'll be back with a brand there. But yeah, that's all we've got time for. We'll be back with a brand new episode of News As It Should Be next week. So until then, bye.
Bye.